Good afternoon, my name is Mushtaba Homayoun and today I'll be showing you a showcase of all the work I've done over the year, including some personal work that I've done as well. And my first instance is digital manipulation, which is where we took a picture of a derelict house and turned it into whatever sort of scape that you want the theme to go along with. So in my example was to put it into an alien sort of planet sort of aesthetic at the end of the day, which is why I went with the purple and purple buildings and purple mountain backgrounds, and I kept with the purple colour aesthetic with it as well. Also, my second choice was the personal production that we did as groups of four, which is the one thing I really enjoyed the most, because it was the first instance for my personally that I got in, like started from scratch, writing a script, storyboard, choosing what shoot locations, what cameras we used, writing the script, filming it, being an actor for once, which was a really fun part as well, and editing process as well, which is what I really enjoyed, and helped me learn the process of actually making your own production at the end of the day, because before that I had no idea how to do it, which was not bad, but I really wanted to learn it and I did it in the end. And one other aspect of my work throughout this year was the reportage that we did, which is I used the lens, the 24 by 105mm lens, which helped a lot because I was shooting action sports photography, following photographers such as Chris Picard or I can't remember the other guy's name, but Chris Picard. He shot a lot of surfing, mountaineering, all sort of like extreme sports, and I tried to follow that sort of trend, which I really enjoyed, because the skate park near my house is literally about a 2-minute walk away, and I'm friends with everyone there, which helped me sort of, instead of like going up to random strangers and asking them, oh, was it alright if I take a photo, they all were happy to help, like, because they love the camera behind them at the end of the day. And also because I skateboarded myself as well, it helped a lot with my connections in the area, in the field. Also, one other aspect was the animation that we did, which I never done before. Like, I've never done digital animation before, or like claymation or anything of the sorts. So starting from scratch again, from writing a storyboard, character development, choosing your own character, making a set, making your character with the clay, using an app I never knew that I knew about, which was stop motion or motion app or something like that, where you can use your own phone to shoot the claymation, which helped a lot. Instead of getting a DSLR, pressing the camera button every like 2 seconds, which was much better, which wasn't better than using your phone. But it was one of my weak points though, because I wasn't really good at sort of making the claymation look very smooth. If that makes sense. It was quite choppy, so I had a test run in the beginning. It was really bad. My hand showed a lot in the footage. Then I had another test run. My hand didn't show as much, but then it still showed. So then my final test, my final run, it went perfectly, with the background being a brighter colour, because before it was a black colour, which is one thing that I improved upon. And my other aspect was the digital editing that we did during during digital editing, where we got footage from online and create sort of a music video for it. So it tested our editing skills, our transition skills, how we can apply the music that we chose to the videos and how it correlates well with it. So during that, I enjoyed that at most, because when I was about 11, 14, I'd make my own animated music videos on a Windows Movie Maker, the one from like 1998 or something, the really old one, and that was what I really enjoyed at the end of the day. And it helped a lot as well because I learned about transitions I never knew about, such as light bloom or 360 bloom, and I never knew that you could alterate the actual transitions in the top right hand corner of Final Cut, which when I found that out, which was really helpful because you can change. So for example, if there's one clip going into another clip, you can make a transition start way before the second clip starts, which transitions it much more smoothly than before, which was really good. And for my fifth one, my sixth one was the actual, just a test run in general for the clay, which is when I first started out, because to be honest, I had no idea what I was doing in the beginning. I had literally no idea, so I just played around a little bit, saw how it went well with the colours and whatnot, but it didn't at the end of the day because it was complete pitch black, so you couldn't see anything at all. This is another example of my digital manipulation, is where the picture just literally started out as just a room with one statue in the middle. So I thought I'd go with the vaporwave aesthetic, which is the sort of aesthetic of like when in the 90s era, sort of the internet first came around, VHS sort of aesthetic. And I chose to block out or erase all the windows so that it would portray a very futuristic background, and also applied 2 extra statues on either side, which was to keep it, I can't remember what the word for it was, to keep it very aesthetically pleasing, that's the word, very aesthetically pleasing, which is really, that part was really fun, personally. And also one part was the digital animation, of where we sort of practiced different aspects on After Effects. And when we first started that out, I had no idea what After Effects was. I had no idea how to work it. But towards the end of it, I learned how to create text where it would draw itself on the screen. It would learn how to keyframe, have transitions. I can't remember the word for it. Transitions, have sort of like lines of animation sort of go by itself along the timeline. But to be fair, it was not my strong point at all. I really struggled with that. I really struggled with that. So it wasn't the best for my work at all. And here's a video of my ident that I created. So that was my ident that I created in After Effects. So I decided to go with the sort of vaporwave aesthetic once again. So sort of like not sad music, but very mellow. So like you're on a sunny beach in Miami with some palm trees. The sunset looks amazing. You're half naked. You're enjoying the sun and everything. That's what I went for. And also with the color scheme as well. I went for the black and white because it just it showcases what my personal theme is with all my media work, which is sort of vaporwave, sort of music video directing, and having music that correlates with what you're watching at the same time, which was one thing that I really enjoyed. And finally, I have a music video which I shot myself with my mate, which I shot about 7-8 months ago at his house with one of my first songs that I made, which was really fun because the way we set up was that he had loads of different lights. He had the light which would go through the whole spectrum of the rainbow, one spectrum of the rainbow. I'll just give you a short snippet of what it was like. that was my music video, and that's my portfolio for the whole year.
Excellent, thank you. Just a couple of quick questions for you, okay? Have you thought about how you are going to include your final major project in that?
Yes.
Okay, so how are you going to do that?
Elaborate. So my final major project is is a music video. So the way I'm going to implement it into my show reel is that I booked out a camera yesterday. Gonna film the actual footage about.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm not asking how you're going to make it. How are you going to integrate it? How are you planning to do it? You're just going to have bits of it interspersed as you go along in the show reel? Or you're going to have a clip of it at the end? How are you going to do it?
I'm going to have a clip at the end.
All right. Okay.
Like a clip, like a snippet of it, of like one of the main main points.
So are you planning to have a single aesthetic look to your show reel all the way through? And if so, what is it?
Yeah. So the single aesthetic feel throughout the show reel is like I said before, vaporwave. So it's early 90s, late 90s, late 90s, early 2000s aesthetic. So like so old school VHS, handycam.
And is that going to be continuous throughout the show reel? Are you going to apply that aesthetic throughout the show reel?
Oh, of the old VHS look. Yes and no, if that makes sense, because I'm showcasing some of the photos I've taken, which are HD.
Yeah.
And and then also the production we did as well, that was in HD as well.
Okay.
So the music going along with it is with that aesthetic.
And who is this show reel aimed at? Who's your target audience for the show reel?
Also young adults from 16 to about 21.
Okay. All right. Cool. Thank you very much.
No problem.